Mike Trout is playing his last game with the Angels.
Yeah, so it came out that USA Today reported that the Angels would be willing to trade Mike Trout if he came to them and said he wants to be traded. They are open to possibly moving him. Now, what I will say is Mike Trout at every single turn throughout his career has shown his allegiance and loyalty to the Angels organization.
Yes,
and not a single soul can argue that. It's time for Mike Trout to look in the mirror and decide what's most important to him, right? Not anybody else. What's most important to him. If it's winning, then he should request a trade. If it's stability, if it's wanting to have his legacy for his entire career in one place, if it's keeping his family in place, if it's to staying comfortable, then he should certainly stay where he's comfortable in Anaheim if that's what he wants to do. But I will say this again. This is to the point where if he wants to win, he needs to march in there and say, you know what? Thank you for everything you guys have done. Thank you for taking the chance on me in the draft. I showed my allegiance to you guys at every single turn. And when everybody was telling me to go sign my free agent deal with the Philadelphia Phillies and go play for my favorite team growing up, I decided to sign with the Angels because this is where I wanted to be and this is where I wanted to win.
Yeah.
But it is clear that this organization is going in a different direction right now than I thought would happen a few years ago when I signed my deal. I want to win, and can you guys please trade me to a winning organization? I think that would absolutely be fair. But this is in Mike Trout's hands. The Angels said they'd be willing. If Mike Trout wants to, great. But I also think people oftentimes forget the human element of a lot of things. Mike Trout spent his whole life there. He's committed there. He wants to win there. And if he's comfortable, and that's his main goal is to be comfortable and to live in LA where it's beautiful and keep his family here, which he does it during the season. In the offseason, he obviously doesn't. But then that's okay too. But my point, if he wants to win, march in there and request a trade.
I agree. Now, I think this is going to be extremely hard for Angel fans to hear. I already know it is because I tweeted it out Sunday when the news broke, and it's just all Angel fans hate and sadness, and it will be heartbreaking, obviously, if you lose both Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout after the same season. But you also have to look at it from the Angels' standpoint. They've depleted their farm system with a lot of these moves, a lot of these recent trades. They're not in a win now scenario anymore. They were maybe coming into the start of this season when they had a healthy Trout and Ohtani and were looking to really, really go for it. And they built a team that they thought they could. But now you don't. Now you're not going to most likely have Shohei Ohtani. Mike Trout deserves to be on a winning team if, as you mentioned, it's something that he wants. And you could get a good chunk in return for Mike Trout, especially since you didn't take advantage of doing that with Shohei Ohtani at the trade deadline. It's tough. If it happens, though, and if Trout requests a trade, I think he either stays, he goes East Coast.
Yeah,
it's where he's from.
Right,
his favorite team, obviously, was the Phillies growing up. Derek Jeter on the Yankees was another favorite. I think he goes, that's where the other part of his life is, on the East Coast.
Oh, yeah. I think, yeah.
So if he requests a trade, can he choose where he gets traded to? Can he refuse? Can he say yes? Can he choose? Is that a whole part of the process?
Mike Trout can do what Mike Trout wants to do. And he can walk in there and say, I would like to request a trade. And I don't know the details of his contract. I would imagine the wording that I heard is that the Angels would be open to trading him if he I would imagine he has a no trade clause.
I would think so.
If we could look up Mike Trout's no trade clause to talk about it, that would be great.
Yeah.
But I would imagine he does. So yeah, I mean, he wouldn't go to no. Mike Trout's not going to. He would go east. I think he'd go northeast.
Full no trade clause.
Full no trade claause.
Yeah.
I think he'd go.
So he gets to choose.
Yeah, I mean, he can choose what he wants to do. He's going to want to win, so we're not going to see him on a team that's not. It's not going to be. The A's are moving to Las Vegas and they're trading for Mike Trout. No, that's not going to happen.
No,
I would see, Phillies, his favorite team, Yankees.
Yeah.
Steve Cohen's money in the Mets. Maybe. Well, if it happens this year, probably not.
No.
The teams that come to my head,
Yankees.
Just Phillies, Yankees.
Yeah.
Those are just the two. Obviously, we're just speculating here, but that's his home. That's his home area. That's where he's from. So, no, I think he should. I think he should. If his goal is to win, we'll see. But this is a reset for the Angels, right? They reset they're pushing the button right in front of our eyes. The reset button. They went for it with Shohei. They traded all their prospects away to go for it. And now they put all of those guys on waivers. They're trying to lower their money to get under the tax. They're literally pushing the reset button. And the ultimate push of that reset button is getting a big haul for Mike Trout and just restarting with your organization.